Hi, Mina Bryant at theoryandprofit.com and selfpublishingresults.com. And today is day 27 of the 30-day vlogging challenge. And I realized something. Okay, so when I started this challenge, this was to first prove to myself that I could do something that I'm not uncomfortable in front of a camera. Now, there was a time when I was dating someone, and they used to love to video our conversations. Especially we'd have friends over, and they'd pull out this huge shoulder cam. I mean, this was seriously back in the 90s, right? They'd pull out this huge shoulder cam that had VHS tapes. So, yeah, that just tells you, right, how long ago this was. And they would, we'd be sitting around after either going out to a club or having had dinner, because we used to, the group of people that I hung out with, we used to pool our money and do like these big dinners, which is really cool. But we'd be sitting around, he'd pull out this camera, and he would want to film everybody. He was going to be a director. And I don't know what happened to him. Who knows? I know he got into some stuff that he shouldn't have gotten into, and I don't know what happened to him. But that point, he would turn the camera on me, and I would feel so self-conscious. I mean, I wouldn't know what to say. I would be all, and I wouldn't look into the camera, and I was just like, oh my God, I want to retreat into my shell. Please turn off the blankety blank 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 camera. Get it off me. And yet at the same time, I wanted the attention, right? I wanted to be on camera. So there was this push-pull thing going on inside of me. So I'm telling you this story for a reason, because I am thinking about the people who started the challenge and then let other things get in their way. 9 times out of 10, you had some sort of push-pull inside of you when you started the challenge in the first place, right? And so what happened is all these other excuses popped up. And you're like, oh, that's a great excuse. I will just, I'll put off the uploading of the video, or I won't stop here for 5 minutes and create a video. And, whatever else happened. And those excuses could be valid. I'm not saying that they're not valid excuses. I'm saying be honest about the excuses that you're using. Because if you're using this excuse here for a challenge for something that was intended and still is intended to be fun and to help push you a little bit, just kind of help push at the edges of your comfort zone. If you did a video, then you pushed the edges of your comfort zone. But if you had intentions of doing way more than what you actually did, there are 2 things at play here. The first, maybe you overextended yourself. Nothing wrong with that. We all do it. I'm looking at my list of stuff that I want to do for 2013, and I already know some of it's not going to get done. And I'm not going to say which part of it isn't going to get done and which is, because I can't answer that question right now. A lot of what I want to do depends on not necessarily other people, but it depends on situations in my own life and things that I have to do for myself first. So if I don't do those things for myself, then I can't do those projects that I want to do. And then some of it is just a matter of continuing to push, push at those boundaries, push at those comfort zones, and make them larger. And everyone always says, step out of the comfort zone, step out of the comfort zone. I don't want to step out of the comfort zone. I want to make my comfort zone so big that there's so much in it that I don't have to step out necessarily. So I make my comfort zone larger by pushing at the boundaries of it. So I kind of got off track there, but what I was saying was, if you have excuses, if you allowed yourself to use excuses, know that, 1, you probably overextended yourself, or as I like to tell myself, I overintended, right? I overintended. There was so much that I wanted to get done, but there was no way that I was going to get it all done, because you only have 24 hours in a day. You have other obligations that you don't want to give up, and you have obligations that you can't give up in some cases. And then the second thing was, Be honest about the excuses that you're using. Okay, so what? You overintended yourself. Pull back. Scale down. I mean, I had all these plans for this vlogging challenge. I was going to create a sales letter video. It took me almost most of the challenge to get the sales letter completed. There was no way I was going to create a sales letter video and get the sales letter completed and still enjoy doing this challenge. It wasn't going to happen. I mean, sure, it'd be great, it'd be wonderful, but it wasn't going to happen. So be honest with yourself, and then it's not an excuse. You're saying, I have changed my mind about doing X, but don't just fall off the ranch, don't just disappear. We don't know what happened to you, and we want to support you. We want to see you succeed, but the only way to do that is to kick those excuses to the curb. And I know it's kind of personal because everybody, excuses, I don't want to talk about excuses. But your excuses are the things that are stopping you from getting what you really want. And I know that for a fact. But you're going to have to watch tomorrow's video to find out how I know that. Okay, so that's it for me. And I will see you in day 28.